Why is it that some people manifest anything they want easily, while others struggle for years? It's not luck, it's not effort, and it's definitely not because the universe is withholding from you. The truth is much simpler, and once you understand it, manifestation stops being hit or miss and starts becoming automatic. Most people are trying to manifest while still carrying the weight of their past. They don't realize they're dragging yesterday's thoughts, yesterday's emotions, yesterday's identity into today, and then wondering why tomorrow looks exactly the same. And the past only feels alive because the mind replays it on a loop. Every time you revisit an old story, it's like reconnecting an old circuit. The same emotions surge, the same beliefs reactivate, the same limitations light up again. And as long as you keep thinking from that version of reality, you're still plugged into it. And if you stay plugged in, nothing can change. And that's why it can feel like you're pushing, or struggling, or trying to break free. But the same patterns keep repeating themselves. It's only because you're still energizing the old story even when you don't mean to. So here's the real secret to intentional manifesting. The past has no power of its own. It only survives if you keep supplying it with focus. Manifestation flows forward when you stop feeding yesterday's story and let your focus energize the world that you want to experience. And when you do, the past is powerless to dictate your future. But here's the question. How do you actually let go of the old story when you're in the middle of living it? How do you stop thinking as the old version of yourself when everything around you seems to be reflecting it back to you? That's the turning point to becoming an intentional manifester. When you discover how to stop recycling the old identity, the old story, and the old reality, and you start living as the source of power itself. And in this video, I'll show you how to do that and guide you through an activation that gives you the power to collapse the old timeline completely and pull the future that you want into place now. There's a hidden program running inside of you, and it's the reason life can feel like it's stuck on repeat. It's why, even after all of the inner work, you might still find the same people appearing, the same obstacles returning, and the same emotions resurfacing. And there's a neurological reason for this. The mind loves to engage with what's familiar. It doesn't care whether it's good for you or not. It doesn't naturally want to let go of the past unless you give it a very enticing cause to do so. So every time you revisit an old story, whether it's a memory, a disappointment, or even just a fear that it might happen again, you light it back up inside of your mind and your body. That program runs automatically, without you even realizing it. And every time you revisit that past, it boots back up again. Neurologically, the same circuits fire. Emotionally, the same chemistry floods your body. Energetically, the same signal gets sent out into the quantum field. So even though the past is technically over, your focus keeps making it present. And the moment you energize it again, your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between then and now. It simply recycles that old program as if it's still running in the present moment. That's why tomorrow can keep looking so much like yesterday, because the program's still running. And until you change it, your subconscious mind has no choice but to follow that same script. And here's the fascinating part. Because your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between real memories and vividly imagined ones, the very same mechanism that traps you in old stories can also be used to set you free. Which means we can actually install new experiences, new patterns, and new memories into your mind. And once they take root, your subconscious mind will accept them as the new story it has to follow, just like it does now with your old script. And there's also a deeper truth here. That program only stays alive because you keep supplying it with power. And once you see how that power really works, you'll know exactly how to pull the plug on the old story and light up the reality that you actually want. What so many people don't realize is that reality isn't running on its own. It's not random, and nothing in the 3D has power by itself. It only lights up when you supply it with energy. Think of a light bulb. On its own, it's just glass and metal. But the moment current flows through it, it lights up a room. Your reality works the same way. You are the current. Your focus is the electricity. Wherever you direct it, that part of life lights up. And this explains why the old program keeps looping. You've been sending current into the old circuit. Not necessarily because you want to, but because the mind is conditioned to stay connected to what's familiar. And the more you power it, the more the same story and experience of reality repeats. But the instant that you redirect that current, everything in reality starts to shift. The moment your focus energizes a new signal, the outer world has no choice but to reorganize itself around that new focus. The old program goes dark and the new story takes root. So the real question becomes, what would happen if you stopped powering the old reality and started lighting up the one you actually want to live? If your reality only lights up where you direct your focus, here's the next question. How do you actually cut the cord from the old story to create something new? And this is where a lot of people find difficulty in their manifestation efforts. Because even when you know the past has no real power, it can still feel very magnetic. Your mind keeps reaching for it. Your body keeps replaying those emotions. And before you know it, you've lit the circuit back up again. But you don't have to fight the old story at all. In fact, trying to battle it only supplies it with more energy. The real key is learning to feed a stronger signal into the field. One that becomes so vivid, so familiar, that the old story fades on its own. Think of it like this. The moment you unplug your focus from yesterday and pour it into a vivid, living picture of who you choose to be, your brain begins to rewire itself to the new image. Your body then starts rehearsing those new emotions. And your energy then broadcasts a different frequency. And reality, which only ever mirrors your frequency and signal, has no choice but to respond accordingly. So the question now is, what happens when you connect with that version of you who already lives in that new signal? The self who has already cut that cord, already let that old story dissolve, already stepped into their true power. What happens when you step into their state of being and make it your own? So here's where all of this comes together. Right now in the quantum field, there's already a version of you who isn't recycling the old story anymore. All possibilities are available in the quantum realm, and this is one of them. This is a version of you who doesn't drag that old story forward. This version of you has already cut that cord and stepped fully into their power. And this self doesn't wonder if they get what they want. They don't question, they don't wait, they don't struggle. They simply live as the version of you who always gets what they want. And reality bends to make it so. And the truth is, they've been waiting for you. Because the easiest way to install a new program is to borrow from the self who already lives the way that you want to. And in just a moment, I'm going to guide you to meet this version of yourself, to see them, to feel their state of being, and then to let them hand it over to you. Their thoughts, their emotions, their energy all becoming yours. And we're going to do it in a way that your subconscious mind accepts it. This is the moment where you stop recycling the past and start living as the source of power itself. This is the turning point. And once you've received it, you'll never experience yourself or your reality the same way again. So if you're ready, take a deep breath, settle into your space, and let's begin this life-transforming activation. Take a moment now to allow yourself to get comfortable. Just letting your body settle in whatever position feels right for you. And take a deep, slow breath in. And then let it go with a long exhale. And again, inhaling deeply. and exhaling fully. As if every breath out is carrying away any tension that you may be experiencing. Feel your shoulders drop, your chest soften, your jaw loosen, and with each breath, just imagine that your body begins to remember how to relax, naturally and effortlessly. Notice how your arms may feel a little heavier now. Your legs a little looser. And maybe even the tiny muscles in your face begin to smooth and soften. And with every breath, you may notice how it's as if a wave of relaxation is moving down from the top of your head, all the way through your body, melting away all effort, melting away all noise, and leaving you lighter, calmer, and clearer. And as your body sinks deeper into this calm state, maybe you can notice how your mind also begins to quiet. Almost as if you're beginning to drift between waking and dreaming. That place where thoughts become fluid, where imagination is alive, where what you see and feel in your mind becomes the one true reality, the only reality. And here, time softens. In this space, you can step outside of your old story into something new. So with your next breath, I want you to imagine standing at the edge of a doorway, a threshold that leads into a higher space, a brighter space. Like a shimmering portal suspended in the quantum field itself. And this doorway glows with living light, shifting and sparkling, as if it's woven from pure possibility. And you may be able to sense how this is the passage into a higher realm, a dimension where anything you are ready to move past dissolves. And the new reality that you've chosen already exists, just waiting for you. take a moment here, feeling the energy radiating from this portal, noticing how it hums with power, as though the field itself is calling you forward. And with every breath here in this space, you may notice how you feel lighter, freer, as though pieces of the old story are already falling away. And now, if you'd like, you may open this door. And as you step across this threshold, see yourself entering a space beyond time, beyond physical constraints. And there's a beautiful path stretched out before you that you can take now. And it's possible that as you begin walking this path, each step you take in this realm might even feel weightless, as though you're walking deeper into the quantum field itself, where every possibility is alive. And now, in the distance, you may begin to sense a presence. And at first, it may just be a glow, a vibration that feels both powerful and deeply familiar. With each step closer, this presence grows stronger, and the air around you may even seem to shimmer a bit. This space might even feel charged, as if this new reality is even aware of your energy. Until you realize that this presence is your mentor self. It's the version of you who learned how to step away from the old story. It's the you who already lives free, radiant, magnetic. The one who already radiates certainty, ease, and power. Just waiting for you across dimensions in your mind, ready to hand you the power that they already live in. And just see them now standing before you. And notice the way their posture radiates confidence, and the calm in their eyes. Notice the strength in their presence, as if reality always bends in their favor without any effort. And if you cannot see them in your mind's eye, just feel their energy now. How strong and undeniable it is. This is you, living in your highest state of being. And now your mentor self, this version of you who is so wise and so free, reaches out and places one hand over your heart and the other hand over your forehead. And as they do, a surge of light begins to flow into you in both of these spaces and filling your entire mind and body with light. This is a transfer of power. It's a transfer of their thoughts, their behaviors, their emotions, their entire life. And maybe you can feel it as a current in your body. Bright, warm, alive, pouring into every cell. And as this current flows, the old circuits go dark. The old story dissolves instantly, fading like smoke in the air, just vanishing, disappearing. The old loops, the outdated patterns, the limitations that never belonged to you, all of it just gone in the blink of an eye. And your subconscious mind receives this as a final command, that these old programs and storylines are finished. With this current of energy, this transfer of power, that old switch has been pulled. The cord is cut, and it cannot restart. And in their place, new circuits spark to life. New neural pathways begin to form that align with this version of you. A radiant program of power, certainty, and ease locks into place now. And it begins to run automatically as your new default. This new story of empowerment and certainty that life always works in your favor. Always, and in all ways. From this moment forward, every thought, Every feeling, every action flows naturally from this new program. Your entire being is now lit by this new current, flowing through your body, permanently, effortlessly, and without resistance. And take a moment now and just feel it spreading through your chest, your arms, your torso, your legs, your whole body, until you are radiant, glowing, and alive with this energy. And when you feel as though this transfer of power is complete, you can be certain that you no longer carry that old story, that you have the new story alive within you, living as the source of power itself. And now with this new current of energy transferred into your body and mind, surging through you, notice how it begins to light up your perfect reality in front of you, as if you're seeing through the eyes of this quantum self that already has what you desire, who already lives this life that you want to live. Just like a light bulb glowing brighter the instant it receives power, you are the source now. And wherever your focus flows, life becomes powered and illuminated. So just see this new reality glowing in front of you, vibrant and alive, powered entirely by the current that you're now radiating, lit up from its power source, you. And this new reality is all you can experience, because you've now adopted the thoughts, emotions, and behavior of your mentor self. From this moment forward, your focus naturally flows into this new reality. Your thoughts are aligned with it. Your feelings are aligned with it. Your energy broadcasts it into the field. Your mind is now completely in tune with it. New circuits firing. The matching chemistry of your alignment surges through your body. Energetically, you are sending this signal out into the quantum field. The signal that effortlessly magnetizes this reality back to you in every waking moment. And reality, which always mirrors the signal that you send, begins reorganizing instantly in your favor. And you can repeat silently or with me now. I have received my transfer of power from my quantum mentor. This new signal is running live from this point forward. I am this current of light that creates the reality of my choosing. And feel those words sinking deep into your subconscious mind, locking into every cell in your body, every circuit, every level of your being, including your aura and your energetic field. And when you are ready, you can begin to bring your awareness back into the room, bringing this transfer of power with you. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a deep cleansing breath. And know that you are now carrying this new program with you, alive and permanent. And if you'd like to solidify this within your subconscious mind, and bring it down into the 3D, you may write in the comments, "My new signal is live." And from this moment forward, your transfer of power is the new current, it's your new focus, your new energy source. And you will begin to think like this version of you who has already stepped into their power. You will begin to feel like them, to walk like them, to talk and behave like them, and to experience reality like them. Because your reality can now only reflect this new power back to you as your everyday experience. Your signal is live, the transfer is complete, and you can now live as a new source of power.